Hi everybody. So I just want to give an update on what is going on, and even a little bit more now that I've had some sleep. I'm still tired, but anyhow, so we are in Des Moines, Iowa, and it is I don't know what day it is. I know it's October 15th. My birthday is tomorrow, October 16th, and I turn 46. And I was supposed to celebrate with a friend. That she was making me a cake, but her and I will celebrate later. So, but anyways, sorry, Lindsay, about that, but I'll see you when I get home. So anyway, just in a video that will explain all this at a longer length later, I'll go into more detail, but in a nutshell, just for people who don't know, because we're gonna be starting a YouTube channel, and I'm gonna be using this video as one of my beginning videos of our journey. But anyway, there's a trucker pulling in. We are broken down at a truck stop, Love's on Hickman in Des Moines, Iowa. Yeah. So for the 5th day now. So the way this all started is just that well, I've always been a gypsy. I mean, someone that moves around a whole lot, and I've never really stayed in one place for too long until I adopted my nephew, and who is my son now, and then that kind of slowed me down with moving around a whole lot, and I tried to stabilize as much as I could, and I just didn't do, I don't do such a great job at staying in one place for too long, and I've been wanting to buy a motorhome and travel and take him to see places that our country has, and I just wasn't sure how he was going to respond to that, how well he was going to do with that, until I started taking him on some adventures, just he and I, and he does great on adventures and loves it, and I should have known better. I mean, he's got my blood, and he's got my spirit. We're family, and I mean, our whole family have been gypsies. They're no longer with us anymore, but my mother moved her around her entire life. So did my father, and me and my sister did also throughout our childhood. So this is nothing new to me. I knew going into this that there would be challenges, and we're going through challenges right now. I also knew that there was going to be a whole lot of good, because I've done it my entire life. So I didn't do it for a long time because I had a child, and I was trying to be a responsible mom. Man, my kid, he's so much happier doing what we're doing, and is even learning better and speaking better, which is amazing, than when we were just when I try to stabilize and keep things settled down. I don't know. I mean, he does better when he's outgoing and exploring and all that. So knowing that, when I kind of learned that this past summer, that's when I decided, okay, he'll do great. Living the lifestyle of kind of just being free and doing what we want to do. So I started considering buying a motorhome, and I've lived in campers many times for several years, throughout my life, but I've never had a motorhome, and I've always wanted one. And so I decided that I'm probably gonna do something like that. When the straw that broke the camel's back with everything, what finally led to that decision was when I was threatened with eviction on a light bill that I didn't owe. And we're low income, so we live in a low income apartment complex, which means it's ran by a well, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, she's a crackhead, and she tried to get money from me, and when she couldn't get it, then she tried threatening me with eviction, misrepresented herself, said she was somebody that she wasn't. Of course I wouldn't be evicted, but my lease ends next month anyway, and I took it all the way to the Galveston County Texas Apartment Association, and even their supervisor is working on it, and they have helped me get legal aid to represent me. I am suing for it, but I'm also moving. I also made the decision to move out and use my student loan money to buy us a motorhome to move into, so that we can, one, travel like I want to do, and I want him to do, and see the places that, you know, I want him to see, but two, so that we could live on the income that we have. And instead of, I mean, I was paying over $1,000 a month for a shit 2-bedroom apartment, and that left nothing for me to be able to really do with him, or have any kind of a life with him. So that's what led to this decision. Now, I knew that with my budget, you know, student loans aren't, you know, just some huge amount of money, but it is a little bit of a significant amount. I knew that I would be able to find a used motorhome, and I knew that in finding a used motorhome that there was a good possibility I'd run into problems like I have. Even still, living in a motorhome is much cheaper, even when it does run into problems, than it is paying over $1,000 a month in rent alone. So I started looking for a motorhome. I couldn't find. I tried to find something in Texas. I couldn't find anything in Texas with my budget that was in any kind of decent shape at all. So I started having to look outside of Texas. I found several outside of Texas, but they were all more in the 90s. And while that's cool and everything, that's not. I wanted a vintage motorhome, and some people will say that that's stupid and that they're old and that's gonna lead to a lot of problems and blah 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 and all that kind of crap that, you know, those kind of people say. I know that, but again, I feel like I would rather spend my money on whatever, you know, repairs that I need to do and get it in good shape and have what I want, than you know, have to pay rent and or live in a motorhome that I don't want, that, you know. So I found something that I liked, and it turned out that I really found a great deal. All that part we'll go into later. I'm really grateful. I did not know that this motorhome is that has all the upgrades that it has and all the customizations. And honestly, I don't think that the guy that I purchased it from knew exactly what he had on his hands. According to the mechanics and the guys at the parts store and several other RVers that have now looked at it, that have been in the same truck stop that we've been in. I mean, no one can believe that I got it for $3,500. So even with the problems that it's having, it's still I still have come out on top in a huge way. Sorry, haters. Fuck y'all anyway. So, anyhow, the belts it keeps throwing belts. And there, at first, you know, the mechanic thought there was one reason why. Then, when that turned out to not be the reason and did it again, then, you know, so we, you know, we worked on that, and that wasn't the reason. Anyways, long story short, and I'll do a more detailed video later for the YouTube channel, but for my friends on Facebook, long story short, he now thinks that it's the alternator, and that there's some sort of wiggle in there. And I think, I mean, I really don't know, because I've heard so much mechanic talk that I can't keep up anymore, and I'm tired. We've been stranded now for 5 days, and not in the same location. We think that we get it fixed. We try to get on down the highway, get stranded again on the highway. We've been stranded on the highway now 3 times, towed back to a truck stop 3 times. It's been a long 5 days. I haven't had much sleep. I've done a lot of crying, done a lot of screaming, I've done a lot of, you know, all of that, but I still don't regret it. So because the other thing is that I've got an excellent mechanic, and he has, I don't know how I got this blessed by getting him, but he and his girlfriend have taken a big interest in me and Levi, and they want to see us home safely. And so he's I mean, he's even having some of his apprentices do extra work on here, just for them to get the experience, and for me to get good things that, you know, the motorhome could use. Like, I really don't know shit about mechanics, but greased up stuff underneath and new rubber round things. I don't fucking know, but anyway, I know they've done a whole lot, and of free stuff and free parts and all that, and I'm extremely grateful. And he's even not charging me nearly the amount that normally he would charge somebody. And also, whatever, I was pretty much good to go with all that, you know, with the financial part of it yesterday, when we thought that we had this thing fixed and I was on the road. But now that it's turned into a bigger problem, and the alternate, whatever it is, I'm going to end up owing him. He's going to trust me to pay him when my second student loan disbursement comes. So he's going to let us leave, not you know, not having to pay anything. I want to give him a few $100s if I'm able, though, just to show in good faith, and then pay the rest when the second disbursement comes in November. So this mechanic has gone well out of his way to help us. Yeah, I mean, even as far as like giving us a ride to Walmart to get some groceries. He and his girlfriend let us stay at their house one night when I couldn't, instead of having to get a hotel room, when I couldn't get, when it was late and I couldn't get a shower, nothing. So he just brought us there, and they both have been exceptionally kind to us. So anyways, I just want to say thank you to them very much. And they're not on my Facebook right now. I'm kind of scared to put them on my Facebook because I think that they're Republicans, and I mean, we all know how I am, so, you know. But if they see this, and if I do, then thank you for your kindness. I hope you start reconsidering your political values. But anyway, so I think that we're going to be fixed. And he took the alternator off, and he was able to find another one today, which is sort of unreal. And get it on. And we are going to take we're going to do a test run in it. And this time the test run is going to be a little over an hour. We're going to take my RV to another job that he has, and it's about a little over an hour away. And I'm going to be completely patient about that while he works on the other job, and his son is going to meet him out there at the other job. And if the RV does well for that, about almost an hour and a half away from here, if the RV does well and doesn't throw any more belts, no more overheating, then I think everything is good, and I think we're good to go. And the other good thing is that I'll be dropping him off. I'll be waiting for a little while there, but I'll be basically dropping him off, and then we will be going back the hour and a half back that direction. And so that's really almost 3 hours of test driving before we are out of his working area, because he's a mobile RV mechanic. Well, he's not an RV mechanic, he's a big rig mechanic, which is what I have to have to fix my bus, because my bus is not considered an RV, it is considered a big rig engine. It's a 454 Chevy chassis. So anyhow, we will there will be about 3 hours of driving to be sure that it's not going to overheat again. And that's good, because it's every time it overheats about 45 minutes from the time we fix it. So within 3 hours we should know what's going to happen. If everything goes smooth in those 3 hours, I'm gonna do some driving tonight and head on back in the direction of Texas. And I'm not exactly sure when I will get there, because I'm gonna drive safely and pull over when I'm tired and sleep, and then get up and keep driving. But I'm looking forward to getting home and spending time with my friend. And anyhow, although I love the bus, but I'm also looking forward to getting home and decorating this, man. I mean, I'm looking forward to getting home, packing up that apartment, selling the shit that we have in there that we don't need, you know, as we live our lives like this. And I do want to say, I don't want people to get the wrong idea. We are not going to be on the road living in the RV the whole time. I mean, there are other plans. We are going to a campground that we had found in Tennessee, and we're going to be living in a tent in the campground for a while the motorhome stays in Texas. There's reasons for that. I have reasons for that. And then we're leaving for Cozumel, Mexico, and Mérida and San Blas. We'll be in different parts of Mexico in September for 6 months too. But when we get back, we get to come back to our RV. So anyway, this is a little bit of what it looks like. There's Levi playing with his remote control car right there. Levi, say hi.
Hi. I see the tire fall off.
The tire keeps falling off. Well, we'll work on that. So this is it. And look at there, y'all. I'm in the truck. The truck. Shit, I'm so tired. I can't even think. The hell, the truck stopped, and I'm starting to feel like a fucking lizard lot. I mean, when I have to walk to the store or to go, you know, yeah, when I need to go into the store or something, I'm afraid they're about to start propositioning me. You know, I mean, I'm gonna be like, I'm not for sale. I'm not, you know, not trying to prostitute out here or anywhere. But anyway, so that's kind of that. And this is the cool ass 1985 Barth Regal front end. This is the engine compartment, but we still have some things to finish up there before we leave. I got Levi a little cheap VCR that hooks into the TV that works so that he can watch movies, and this is the rest of it. So anyway,
Mom,
okay, all right guys,
Mom.
I will check in and let y'all know what's going on.
Mom,
Bye.